Hi guys, so just today, Factory AI released this official benchmark showing that they have introduced Droid Core, which is right now powered by GLM 4.6. And to me, this seems like the approach Cursor was making with auto mode, but it's a more transparent approach where they are showing the model they're using. And they make a very bold claim here where it is like the Droid Core baseline or model is pretty much better than other models, which makes me very skeptical because I don't like benchmarks. It is not a real world. Most of the time, like I'm not sure if it's like what test they do, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same as the real world scenario. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys what it is actually like using it and what the result will be. I've already made a video on this and I compared it with the GLM coding plan. And on that video, bro, like Claude code with coding plan, it is OP. Like the result was way better. But yeah, I mean like Factory, Droid, CLI, they missed a few features on that test. But the logic itself, like there were no errors. It was good, but the UI, it wasn't good. So yeah, if you want to see that video, you can, or you can just watch this video where I will actually be also comparing it again, since I have heard some people say that they have improved the GLM 4.6 performance on this new Droid version. So I'm going to try it out and I'm going to be using my usual workflow, which is a spec-driven workflow or a spec-driven development. It is also on I discussed on the previous video, and I'll be doing the same approach on this video. But yeah, I'm gonna also be just comparing two models, or sorry, two, I would say like CLIs, and also using the same model, I guess you could say, but with different plans. So it would be Claude Code plus GLM 4.6 with coding plan, and Droid CLI from Factory with the new Droid Core powered by GLM 4.6. For the plan on my Droid CLI, I am using the free trial. I got 20 million tokens, but I saw there was a post a couple of days ago. I think it was actually last week, but yeah, it was this. I'll share it in the description, and I've also shared it on my previous video. Where you can actually get 40 million tokens, which is 2 months worth, which that's really good deal. And it's free. So you can just press this link. I'll leave it in the description. You can check it out. And yeah, like right now, I don't know why I didn't get it, but yeah, I got 20 million, which is still good, like for testing purposes. So yeah, I'll be using this plan. Not sure if that will affect anything in terms of speed of performance. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same. So yeah, and I'll just get straight to how we will conduct, or like I will conduct this test. It's going to be a real world test. I'll be building a full stack app. It's going to be going through this workflow. And the idea is that it is an app, like an AI shop pretty much sorry, not an AI shop. It's more like an AI cafe menu ordering system where you can just chat with an AI. Then you can see what they recommend in terms of like the menu, and then you can choose and then order it. It will go through the dashboard, and then like the cooks and all the team will actually like, bring your order to your table. That's a pretty basic, but a more complex use case. So that's going to be the test. We're going to build that with Codespace, because it is going to go through the first 3 steps, which is creating the tech spec and the docs, the knowledge base for my idea, expanding the context, filling in the gaps to decrease the hallucinations and get the agent to work and get, just make the agent actually have some sort of guide and actually finish the app for me. So I'm going to be also using a starter kit. If you don't know, there is this starter kit from CodeGuide. CodeGuide Starter Full Stack. This is completely free. It's using Next.js, Drizzle ORM, ShedCN with Better Auth. Now, what this allows you to do is you don't have to set everything up from scratch. You can just start from this template by pressing this and then like creating your repo. But all that will be done on Codespace. On this. So the second step will be done on Codespace. Also, that will be just automatically be done. And the last bit will be just setting up the project directory, which I will be showing you guys later. But yeah, the first few steps you can actually try it out for free. It's on Codespace. It's a product we made where you can pretty much just input whatever idea you have about a product or a feature. You can either choose an existing repo you have, which is like an existing project. It will go through your code base, go whatever size it is. It's gonna go through it, make a summary, create an extensive docs for it, which will be the knowledge base for the agents. Then you can start creating your tasks, and it will run an agent in the cloud to build the tasks for you. But if you are starting out with a new project, you can press new, and then you can choose a starter kit. I highly recommend using the first one. That's really good, and then you can just type in whatever product you want to build. Now, I've already done that with this project that I'll be showcasing, but I won't be showing you guys the actual work from the agent because I will be just implementing the docs from here and also the tasks to the local agents to test out, of course, Droid CLI with the Droid Core GLM 4.6 and also the coding plan plus the Claude code. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay. So anyway, I'll just show you like the docs it has generated. So this is the tech spec, which details pretty much everything that, like a summary of, and it's a pretty much structured summary of like what we or the agent should do and what specs it should fulfill. As you can see, there's the scope, the description, and then the original description. This is the actual description I wrote when I described it on that first screen for the initial prompt. And from this, it became all this like task description, all this tech spec documentation. And then, yeah, these are just like a brief summary, and it is very detailed though. And it is going to be read by the it is going to be read by GLM. And yeah, we'll see which one performs better and keeps track of everything. And also for the knowledge base, it has also just generated it in the background when I ran the first task. It will generate these docs. Now, this is the whole summary of the code base. It went through the starter kit. And if it is an existing code base you have, it is going to go through your code base also and just, provide the summary of it, like how everything works, what kind of tech stack you have and all those things. And from that, it's going to generate a whole knowledge base, which consists of these different docs, which is very nice. You can just download it or you can see it and just view it and like copy and paste it somewhere. But yeah, that's how we get the maximum amount of context for our project so that the AI agents will have a very clear understanding of what we're building and it doesn't lose track. So if you are interested in trying out Codespace, you can visit it in the description. I'll leave a link. It is currently free for a limited time. It will create tech spec for you. It will generate a knowledge base for you. And then you can start with a starter kit, creating your repo with it, or you can use your existing code base and it will create a knowledge base by scanning through all the code. And then finally, it will be able to create the task or like execute the task with using different CLIs in our cloud server. So yeah, and let's get back to the test. So once we have finished these these three steps, I can go and visit Codespace. And yeah, Codespace has actually already finished the tasks that I asked it to do, which was to create this whole AI cafe menu ordering system. You can see here, like these are the subtasks. And yeah, it has finished all of them. And the agent, like the Codespace agent actually did it in the cloud and it made a repo. It made a repo and a pull request for this specific task. And this was the summary. And yeah, it has implemented everything. But since we are trying out Droid and Claude Code plus GLM 4.6, I will not merge this pull request and we will not be starting from this branch, but we will be starting from the main branch, which is the starter kit. This was just the starter kit and then we pretty much created the repo from it. So it's exactly the same as if you were on the starter kit and you create the repo by pressing use this template button and creating a new repo. So yeah, let's just clone this into your local machine. So I usually just use VS Code because I am going to be using the CLIs All right, now it's open. Now I'll show you how to implement the docs manually without, having Claude or like Codespace run in the cloud. You can just go here and press text back, and then there should be, these are the commands you can write. You can just copy it. It will just install the Droid CLI from npm, and then it will connect to the API server of CodeGuide to the Codespace server also, and get all the docs and get all the tasks to be initialized in the project directory. And since it is a prompt, I just use an agent for it. So as you can see, I am using Claude Code v2, the CLI, and it is on the GLM 4.6 model from Coding Plan Pro in GLM from Z.ai. So I've copied the prompt, let's paste it, and then let it run. Claude Code just finished implementing all the docs and the tasks from Codespace. And yeah, as you can see, I just did the initial prompt, and after that, it did everything for me. And you can see that these docs are already updated. These are marked as modified because before there was a list or the documentation were templates from the starter kit, but now it is actually using the proper docs. As you can see, I have a menu dashboard that was initialized from the CodeGuide CLI by Claude Code, and this is the text pack. Now this I manually downloaded because it was not in the CLI yet. So yeah, you can see this is the text pack that you will find here, and you can just press download and then just import that. And then last but not least, the tasks.json is also here. These are all the tasks that you see that on Codespace is marked as completed, but yeah, it is now imported here. So then the agent will be able to refer to it. Also, we do have the instructions and MD, which will tell the agent what to do. But in this case, I'm just going to prompt it so that it is easier to follow by Claude Code and also by Droid. So before we start, I want to reset my agent on Claude Code with GLM so that it does start from a new session and doesn't have the previous context, so that it will be fair with Droid, because of course Droid doesn't have the context that I gave to Claude Code. Now on here, this is the same directory. I just duplicated it and renamed it to dashboard Droid, as you can see on top. Now the model I'm using is already on Droid Core, which is running by GLM 4.6. I've selected that. Now to start, I'm gonna write a prompt, and it's gonna be the same for both Droid and also Claude Code plus GLM. So this is the prompt that I'll be using to start off initializing the app. I'll just press enter. This is on Droid on GLM 4.6, as you can see. Now on Claude Code, this is also on GLM 4.6. I'll just use the same prompt, and there we go. Both Claude Code plus GLM Coding Plan and Droid with its Droid Core powered by GLM has both finished. And yeah, I let it run for a while. There were no major issues. It was just, there were some hiccups here and there with Droid because, so I set it on auto which allows all commands, but on some commands it was still asking for my approval. So that was a bit like different than Claude Code, where it just, goes on YOLO mode and doesn't need me to confirm anything. But anyways, I already ran whatever they told me to, which was like getting the Postgres database started and pushing the migration and also the seed. So everything's running now. And also we have started the development server. Same goes here on the Droid agent. So for Claude Code, the result on Claude Code plus GLM is running on port 3002. While Droid is running on 3004. So let's see. It is both using still the landing page of the starter kit, which is fine because I didn't specifically ask for a landing page, which makes sense because it is an app, not really, specifically requires like a landing page. But let's see if the sign up flow works for both of them. So both signups work on Claude Code GLM. This is it, and it redirected me to dashboard, which is what I wanted, but there is an error. So we're gonna prompt that to Claude Code. Okay, let's see Droid. So Droid did successfully sign up, but yeah, there are some UI issues. The good thing is there are no errors yet. The dashboard is working. So let's fix the issue first on Claude Code, then we can continue the test. Claude Code plus GLM has finished fixing the bug. There was only one prompt, which is really nice. And yeah, when I checked it out, the dashboard now loads properly without any errors. Yes, as you can see, there is the sidebar, but the sidebar is kind of useless now because it is only like a dummy because we had it from the starter kit, but that's fine. And also, I think it's the same with Droid, where Droid also took the sidebar. That is also fine. But this is a bit interesting. So as you can see, there's a difference in interpretation, I guess, where on Droid, it is actually like showing me the role for some reason. And then like you're able to switch to the owner, which yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not sure. I did state that in the doc, but yeah, we'll see what that functionality actually does. But on here, it is just very straightforward. Oops, okay, I think I was, yeah. Oh, okay, so one sec, let me just restart the dev server. I don't know why it turned into light mode. Sorry for you guys. I just blinded you. But yeah, there was an issue where Claude Code just changed the dev server and then I had to rerun it. So it's now on a different port and it changed the theme for some reason. But anyways, I just wanted to say that, yeah, this is a more straightforward UI where I'm a user and I can chat with the assistant and then they will recommend me whatever product. And then on the side, there should be a card where I can see what I have chosen so that I can proceed to the order. Whereas on Droid, it's very basic, like the UI itself, there's no icons. Yeah, I'm not sure if the update of Droid CLI with the Droid Core model is, and if there's any improvement, I'm not sure, but I did hear people actually tell me that it is better, it is faster, so we'll see. And let's test out the next function, which is the chat itself. Let's see if it connects to the AI and if the AI are able to make the tool calls to submit to the database and show my card and everything. Okay, let's see. Error straight away. And that is interesting. I think maybe that's a node modules error. Maybe we didn't install it, but let's see if this works on Droid, because on the previous comparison I did, Droid was fine in integrating all the backend stuff. Let's see if it is the same here. I wanted to copy the prompt, but I guess I can just write it again. Recommend me the drinks. See, okay, there is also an error. So what I'll do is I'll just debug them first. I mean, it is very straightforward. Like you can see the error, and I just prompt it again with Claude Code Android. And yeah, I'll skip until it is finished. So this is honestly like very disappointing from the Droid CLI with the Droid Core powered by GLM model. As you can see in the chat route, which is where all the AI chat are supposed to go through, it is not even calling the AI to handle the chats. Like you can see, it's literally just hard-coded based on whatever text I wrote. Like you can see here, like it text, like, does it include hello, hi, whatever, and then there's a default response and it doesn't even go through the AI processing, which I clearly stated in the text spec and of course in the initial prompt also. But yeah, that's weird. So it is not, of course, it's not like responding correctly. Whereas from Claude Code and GLM, I checked the same route that is used to handle the chat. It is actually using OpenAI. So as you can see, OpenAI, if I can spell, okay, yeah. As you can see, it is using OpenAI and yeah, it is doing the tool calls. And yeah, this was the fallback, but it didn't call the fallback. It was actually generating. I found some, okay. I just want to show you guys. Yeah, there we go. Like the response, this is like AI response. This is an AI generated response because yeah, it's not hard coded anywhere. Yeah, you can see that it's not even hard coded. So yeah, it is using the generate object. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it is from AI, which is the latest version from OpenAI. Sorry, AI SDK from VSL. As you can see, it is using GPT-4o, which is really good, and it did the tool calls. So yeah, that's a very disappointing turn of events from Droid. Like it didn't even do the AI stuff. But to make it fair, I'm gonna let it have another chance by making it prompt. Like I'm gonna prompt it to actually implement the AI functions with AI SDK. But yeah, I just wanna be like completely honest and transparent. I didn't do any other prompts except the initial prompt in terms of like the feature. So this is exactly like a real world scenario if you are building from scratch. So yeah, I'm just gonna make another prompt for Droid to actually implement the AI function. So I'll be very specific so it gets it right this time. While Droid is fixing the chat route for connecting with the AI, I'm gonna test out the version made by Claude Code and GLM so we can actually see how far it got. So yeah, we were able to add the products to the cart. Now let's place the order. Okay, so there is an error, and let me just check the network tab to see what the error is. All right, so yeah, there's product with so I'll just copy all these console, the logs and the network tab, payload and the preview, like the response, and I will pass it on to Claude Code for it to fix. And yeah, we're gonna test it even further after that. So I've done some prompting with Droid CLI and the Droid Core with GLM model. Now, it is working now. The assistant is connected with the AI. Let me just show you. Recommend me some drinks. It should be showing the drinks from the database. Let's see if it does the tool call. There we go. It is getting the tool call, and it is from the database also. As you can see, espresso. Let's see if it's there. There we go. It's 250, exactly the same. It's not hard coded. Let me try if it works. Okay, so that's interesting. So first of all, like the UI, I mean, it is on dark mode, but yeah, I think it didn't get the memo, so it is still using like very bright colors. But anyway, yeah, let's see. That looks pretty bad. Like can't, I can't see anything. But yeah, let's place order. Okay, cool. It's giving me verification. So the weird thing is like I don't think it implemented like a role feature. So what it does is you were able to switch to the owner view, which is not ideal, of course. You would want to fetch it from the database from the user column, but whatever, for testing sake, let's just go on. So yeah, so this is the owner view. Okay, the UI is okay. It is pretty simple. Yeah, so this is fetching from the database. It is, yeah, all these products is from the database. Now, okay, and let's see the orders. Okay, so yeah, so probably the previous test I did already input the order, but yeah, that was the latest one. I did the espresso. Let's see if this does anything. Okay, that's cool. It shows the modal where I can start preparing or cancel the order, which is exactly what I asked. It was in the text spec from Codespace. So let's see, start preparing. Okay, that's cool. That updated the database just fine. And if it's a mark ready, okay, that's good. So the updating itself is great. It's working. Now let's go over to Claude Code plus GLM. Let's see their version and how the dashboard is, especially on the owner side of things. So I already did some testing, but I want to do it again to show you guys that everything is working. So before the chat was already working. Let's see if it still does. Recommend me a drink. So the chat was working before, but the issue was when I was creating the order, like it was producing an error. Let's see if that is fixed. Okay, so yeah, this is still, yeah, I mean, it's to be expected, but you can fix that with a prompt also. Let's place the order. Let's see if it works. Okay, that works. It says order place right here. Now, this is the difference, the main difference between the Droid CLI's logic with the one on Claude Code, where before you were able to switch to the owner view from the UI, which is not production ready. any means, but with Claude Code's implementation, you actually need to have the role of customer or owner inside the user table itself, which is of course what we want. That's the better security. And of course, that is the common practice or the best practice. So just for testing sake, let's switch it to owner and let's save it. Let's refresh it. It should show a different view. Okay, that's good. It shows the dashboard in the owner's perspective. But yeah, you can see there are some differences in terms of the layout. So this is the one from Droid. The layout looks, it does look similar, just that it is not using the table on here. Or maybe it is on products. Let's see. Oh, it is actually doing it. But yeah, you can see there's like some issues with the padding and everything. But of course, that can be fixed with a prompt or two. Anyways, let's continue. So there are products here. You can add products. Let's see if it is here. I think I missed that. Okay, so on here, there are products here you can add. Let's skip and see the orders if it is able to be updated. So you can press this. Okay, it opens also model. It looks pretty similar, but the UI is slightly different, but the UX though is the same. And yeah, let's see if it works when I press in progress. That works. There's also an icon which looks nicer. And let's just compare that with the one from the Droid CLI. It is very basic, but it does have better colors, I would say. But yeah, like again, it is not using the correct dark mode colors, but whatever. Okay, that's great. Let's see if it's able to be updated again. Awesome. So yeah, that's working fine, like for everything, except for this. I guess the customer name is not, this is also pretty weird. So I guess, yeah, this needs fixing, but overall, both models were able to follow the tech spec. And yeah, the only main issue before was Droid didn't follow one crucial step, which was adding the actual AI for the AI assistant, which was clearly mentioned several times in the tech spec and also from the initial prompt where I clearly stated it was an AI assistant powered like cafe ordering system. So yeah, that is the major difference. Other than that, like the UI, there are, bits and pieces where it's different, but overall, I guess the UI for the chat, I really liked on the Claude Codes version, whereas the Droid one, it was very basic. And of course, with the security, like how they handled the logic of the roles. Yeah, definitely Claude Code has the better implementation because it had it in the database as an actual column, which is of course way more secure than you having it to, switch from the UI, which is weird, but yeah. So what's the final verdict based on the real world test of this full stack app? I would say I will still stay on Claude Code plus the GLM Coding Plan. Why? Because the price is still cheap. There are discounts. And as you can see, Claude Code is just a more superior tool, in my opinion, because of course they have more experience and also, yeah, the result speaks for itself. While on Droid, yeah, you have the, the good thing about Droid is you can actually choose from several models, not just the GLM one. But yeah, it is usage based where, let me just show you the actual models you can choose from. So these are the models you can choose from. But yeah, it is usage based and you have to pay $20, but there is a bring your own key. But the $20 you get 20 million tokens, which is, let me just see how much I used just now from that little test. So yeah, before it was like 1.4. So I used about like 200k tokens. You can just calculate like how much that is. Like it is, like in my opinion, I wouldn't be able to have this on for like a month if it is usage based because I code a lot with AI. So yeah, I'll definitely stick with Coding Plan. It provides more value for the price, way more. But yeah, that's it. Like you guys can decide for yourself. Just see the result, and everything will be in the description below. including the link to the free 40 million tokens if that's still available, and also Codespace. You can try it out for free. You get a free trial, and it is for a limited time only. And you'll be able to generate the tech spec and also a complete set of documentation and access to the actual agents that are able to create the app for you. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.